It's been such a long time. I have not uploaded anything in pretty much a year, or a little bit over. I've got some friends who have got fanciful ideas of moving to Bulgaria. I sent one of them a video explaining to him, let me get closer, it's so lovely and bright, explaining to him that yeah, it's doable, but there's a few things that you have to be careful with in Bulgaria, like don't get your hopes up thinking that it's going to be a beautiful, clean village or a amazingly cheap house that only needs a few minor things doing. I said to him, the main thing when we came out here, the main thing was, the main shocking thing, it was the litter. It was the litter. You've got these beautiful villages, yeah, in quite rural settings. So I'm looking out the window. I don't need to look out the window, do I? Yeah, I kind of do. I'm at the bottom of my village. I'm right down on a slope. So I can just about see the road. I can hear the road, but I can't see the road unless I go upstairs. Anyway, where I'm situated in this village, we get some amazing weather, amazing wind, amazing rain downpours. And where I'm situated, there's a stream that runs along the outside of the house. And basically, if it's bad wind and it's serious rain, that stream will be full of plastic bottles, bags, you name it. Everything that you could think of that is blowing around in the village or that people have just discarded, it usually ends up around my part of the village, which I've gotten over now. I really have. I've become hard to it. I've been going back and forth for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years, dude. Can you believe it? I've been going back and forth for 2 years, and the longest I've ever spent here was 8 months. That was the first year. Since then, unfortunately, I spend like 6 months, 4 months living here, and I feel like, I mean, look, anyway, this is about the realistic, the real stuff in Bulgaria, yeah? The real living in the rural villages. So it's the litter. The litter is, for me, the litter is the main gripe that I still kind of have, because even the kids are sometimes doing it, you know? So the litter's the main thing. What could be the second thing? Do you know what? I don't have any. There's nothing else wrong. It's just the litter. It's just the litter. It is the litter. And then when it comes to good problems, you know, like good problems being like the language barrier. That's a good problem because I can learn it. I'm pretty bloody good at listening. I'm good at asking for stuff. My numbers are very good. But with my village, they are speaking mostly Turkish, Bulgarian. It's a little difficult. It's a little difficult. But when I get into town, like if I go into one of the bigger towns like Haskovo, it's fine. I can actually get by, which is, I didn't realise it, but I must have been, those CDs, the CD that I listen to in the car's working. What's another one? Yeah, language barrier, good problem. Building materials. Ooh. Building materials. Okay, look, guys. What you have to understand is if a sheet of plywood, yeah, is let's say 60 quid now. Yeah, we're in 24. It's early January. Let's say 60 quid for a 12mm sheet of plywood. It's going to be double that here. The plywood is going to be double that here. So it's going to work out at about 90 odd quid here. Maybe even 112. I kid you not. Plywood is really expensive out here, and it's not good plywood. You're not getting birch ply, you're getting shuttering ply, okay? Shuttering ply that's like a contractor would use on the streets back in England. And when they're finished with it, whether it's got muck on the one side or not, they'll just leave it out on the street for people to just roll up with a skill saw, cordless saw, and chop in half and throw on their cargo bike and cycle off with, or maybe even pull up in the van. But honestly, plywood out here is expensive. Be careful. Be bloody careful. Plumbing fittings is another bugger. These are good problems, guys. These are good problems. Plumbing fittings is another one. It's difficult for me with my language that I have to get the nice plumbing fittings that I would like. So I've brought most of the fancy plumbing fittings from England over here. I still haven't put any of my bathrooms in because I don't have the money. I keep on getting little setbacks, little happy problems. They're good problems. It's only finances. It's only finances. We're healthy, aren't we? Yeah, that's it really. I just want people to understand that, yeah, it looks great on Instagram. It looks great when I'm sending them pictures. And I speak highly of Bulgaria. The nature out here, it's next level. It is next level. I can come out of my house, cross one little road, and I'm in a forest. This forest has wild boar that I have seen running around alive and happy. It has deer. I've never seen an alive coyote out there. A jackal, sorry. I've never seen one alive. I've only seen them dead. What else does it have? Oh, pine martens. Look, yeah. Pine martens are naughty, guys. Okay? You call it a weasel, a stoat. They're not nice, okay? They look cute. You wait until you get your rural house with your rural roof tiles and your... So what they do out here is they'll have a roof, yeah, with the beams, and then they'll have some battens going across it, and then they just chuck tiles on. That's fine. That is fine. But what I think we're used to is having that, but having a sheet of ply or some kind of OSB, anything, just to keep out critters. And if the wind, because the wind does get heavy, when that wind blows, I've had to put tyres on my barn because the tiles are just flying off. I kid you not, the wind is bonkers. Maybe I'm just very unlucky with the roof, but the wind is bonkers. Yeah. Pine martens aren't cool. So I've had a pine marten problem up in my loft, and it chewed up my wires. It chewed up XLR cables. Why are you keeping XLR cables up in the loft? Well, I just thought, I wasn't using them at the time. I thought, let's just put them in a bag and put them up there. Silly boy. Silly boy. Anyway, I'm waffling. Those are the main things, I think. Rubbish. Main bloody thing. It's not funny, okay? If anything, it is... Oh, they burn plastic as well. They burn plastic. All right. I mean, it's still related to the rubbish, but... Beautiful day. I can smell plastic in the distance. Who the hell is burning plastic? The only time I've seen people burning plastic is on tropical islands where they don't have the resources to take away all of the PET bottles. And I think my neighbours, they're so older in their way of thinking, and they're from a different generation. You know, I'm 42.
they're going to be a good 30 years older than me, yeah? So what they may have done when they were my age and a little bit younger, they've just, that's how they've been taught, just like we're probably going to do the same. You know, we're going to think that, I don't know. Anyway, look, watch out, okay? The rubbish is rife, the rubbish is bad. Don't be fooled. Oh, it's beautiful, oh, it's lovely. Come winter time, it looks like Chernobyl. And where the bramble bush was all heaped over and looked all majestic, it's died back now. And I guarantee it's full of plastic sheeting from a polytunnel, loads of pet bottles, beer bottles, rubbish. Okay? That's the only bad thing I can say about Bulgarian rural life is the litter. Apart from that, I don't care how ridiculous I may... like my plumbing fittings, it is ridiculous. I go into town and they must think, who is this hipster asking for a stainless waste trap with the brass fittings? Who is this guy? No, you can have plastic, and it's fine. But I just wanted a stainless fitting with a brass. Anyway, I hope that is a little bit better. I don't even know why. The only reason I'm doing this is because my mate was like, you should... Sorry, was you comfortable there? Also, one more thing. Don't be a sucker. Learn from me. Don't be a sucker. There's a few other Western Europeans who are suckers like me, and this is what I'm talking about by a sucker. Puppies, kittens, everywhere. I would say it's in equal amounts. You're going to find lots of rubbish, and you're going to find lots of abandoned, small, cute, furry animals, okay? You are. Be careful. Be bloody careful. I'm being serious, because I've had neighbours bring me stuff. It's like, the village idiot. Yes, he is taking cats. Yes, let's take him a cat. Muggins here takes the cat in. Village idiot found a box of puppies a year, just over a year ago. Yeah, box of puppies underneath the big wheelie bin. Muggins here took them in. So at one stage I had 12 dogs here. Most of them puppies. 2 of them were mine. The rest of them were off the street. Oh look, there's one. Oh, guys, you've got to be hard. You've got to grow hard to it. You know, think about those awful people in somewhere like London who would sit on a train, while there's a poor individual walking, speaking very, have you got any change, please? I'm just trying to get a room for the night. No bugger looks up. No one even bothers to say sorry. I haven't got anything. No one gives eye contact. No one acknowledges them. Okay? Now, that's pretty wicked. But you have to try, if you can do that, if you can do that, I think you can do the puppy, the drive on by. I mean, I just do it. I throw food out the window and I keep going. That's the best I can say. I'm sorry, 13 minutes in. I hope it's been a little bit, Oh, power cuts. Oh my God, yeah, power cuts. But power cuts didn't bother me. I've got candelabras everywhere. I've got some kind of dodgy wiring that I can plug my generator. I can basically plug the house into the generator if the power cut wants to be a pain in the bottom. Power cuts, drought. So my well in the garden will dry up. Doesn't bother me. I've got 2 IBC toads and they hold 1,000 litres each. That's actually enough to boil water to wash my clothes, give the dogs drinking water, water my fruit, and water a very small veg patch. And then before you know it, you're having a monsoon of a downpour, and one of those IBC toads is plumbed up to 3 gutters on the roof, and that thing will overflow in about an hour. Can you imagine what kind of... I'm talking like epic, big Scottish drops of rain, big Welsh drops of rain. It is big, and it will just happen. All right, so yeah, power cuts, get your head around it. It's really not that bad. Have some candles, have a head torch. You've always got a nice room that they've knocked up that is basically like a giant larder, so your stuff will be fine. What else can power cuts annoy you with? I think that's it really. Power cuts, internet. I'm yet to find a good internet company that will do exactly that. I think these houses are so thick on the ground floor, well insulated, that the signal just gets interrupted. I'm really good upstairs actually. When I go upstairs, I've got amazing signal. I think that is it really. Those are the main serious things to watch out for. The rubbish isn't funny. That's the main one. Yeah. You're going to get droughts. Big deal. Deal with it. Just collect water. Harvest the water. You're going to get power cuts again, whether it's snowy times. I've never had one in the summer, but I've definitely had a few already. They're not for long, they're like half an hour, maybe. Worst case scenario, you come back from wherever you've been and you find that you're in darkness. Just make sure you've got a head torch in the car. You've got something, yeah? It's like camping. Think of it like camping. It's like camping on a grand scale when it comes to being prepared and knowing what time you need to be like getting your act together. Yeah. Bit of a movie video, but that's the best I could do. Honestly, rubbish, drought, power cuts. Some people, the real clever people, the people with a little bit of money and a little bit of know-how, you know what they've got? Solar panels on their roof. One day, one bloody day, I might have IBC totes dotted around and big blue barrels full of water. I do collect a hell of a lot of rainwater, but I think that sun, I mean, look at it. What are we today? 4th of January? I don't know how warm it is outside, but it's definitely warmer outside than it is inside, yeah? That's why I've got all of this on. It's warmer out there than it is in here, and that's fine. All right, yeah, rubbish, main thing, guys. Watch out for the rubbish. Don't be fooled into buying a rural house and listening to all of the hype of living out in this beautiful, pristine countryside, because what you see in the spring or the summer and what you're going to get in the winter are two different things. It looks like Chernobyl out there. Beautiful blue sky. But if I was to spin this thing round and that was all grey for the day or for the morning, it looks like Chernobyl. The walnuts, everything's sleeping and it just looks like Chernobyl. Yeah? And then if I come out of my yard and bust a left, what do I see? A pile of rubbish. Big rubbish, where a bramble bush once was growing and hiding it. Just speaking from experience, it's not a negative thing, it's a realistic thing. People need to know. Apart from that, there's nothing, absolutely nothing. You don't get your house troubled. I've heard all of these silly stories about people's houses being broken into and having their boilers stolen. I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of villages they're living in, but... Oh, you all right? Well, that's what you get, eh? You've just fallen off. I don't know what kind of villages they're living in, but here in my little village, there's no hipsters. There's no gentrification. There's just hard-working people, and they do not have the time to be breaking into your houses. If anything, in fact, I know they've got more money than me. They think I've got money because I'm from England, but I guarantee they've got more money than me. Dude, they've got cows, donkeys, horses, sheep, big animals, yeah? So don't worry about that. if you are worried about that, there is a security company. I think one is called SOT. Anyway, look, that's a way off. It's all possible, and they rock up at your house. I've heard about these people. They rock up at your house. They shoot first. They ask questions later. If the alarm goes off. I'm going to get them. When this place gets a plumbed-in bathroom and I get a boiler, when I basically get something that I think is worth somebody breaking into my house for and stealing when I'm back in England, earning some paper to do more renovations, I'm going to install a security system. Because, yeah, okay, I may be the only hipster in the village, but I wouldn't like to take the chance. It would really hurt. It would really, really hurt. So, yeah. Right, okay, I'm off. I'm actually going to do some sewing now. I've got a giant sewing table in here. It's massive. It also doubles up as a bed if I want to sleep down here. Another good thing, just before I go, guys, they have wood-burning stoves out here called pechkas. And I was telling my mate about this. Pechkas are great. They're very affordable, but they don't hold heat like an Aga. If you have got the time and you have got a big vehicle that you can drive out here with, eventually get yourself an Aga. They are as cheap as chips in England. £75 I paid for the one out there. £100 for the one. Dude, they're so cheap. And the reason why they're so cheap is they are not meeting the these are old ones. These are like 70s. That one's sable. I call it shit brown. And the reason why they're so cheap back in England is a lot of people buy these lovely houses and they find out that these old wood burners, they're not DEFRA approved. They are no longer nice for the environment back in England. But out here, no regulations like that. You can bun it down. Seriously. I'm not joking. 75 quid for that big sable one out there in the kitchen. And that thing, it's got summer bricks. I'm still using the summer bricks from 2 years ago. You can swap them out. You can put winter bricks in, summer bricks. The bricks to go in the oven cost more than I paid for the whole thing. It's wild, dude. It's wild. It is wild. Be patient. Don't rush into it. Get yourself on eBay. Start picking a few bits out now. Start watching a few bits. Do not pay any more than you think that you can afford. And I would max out at 500 quid. And at 500 quid for an Aga, I want it to be pristine. I want the water jacket to be working. I don't want any rust around the base, because that is a sign that the water jacket's leaking. I don't want any cracked flue pipes. I don't want any cracked enamel around the... Just do a little bit of research. Don't be paying $2 grand for an Aga. You don't do that. Don't trust me. People are refurbing them and selling them on for 1,500 quid, 2 grand. Don't do it, guys. Be patient. I've got 2 to prove for it, and that's less than £200. And okay, yeah, that one's got a rusted water jacket, and that's why it was so cheap. But 75 quid. So once I take the water jacket out, if I ever want to, anyway, it's fine. Hello, baby. Hi there, hi there, hi there, hi there, hi there, hi there. Hi there, hi there. This is my first love. You were the first one, wasn't she? Oh my. Yes, the first ever baby found out here. You know, this guy, eh? Anyway, that's it. Careful, guys. There's cats and dogs everywhere, and they're all cute. Bye.